Well, here it is. Probably 2.5, 3 hours later. How does that look? I had a lot to do there. I had to shave off where I rolled the grass up. I had to shave the backside off, had to clean up the edges, had to fit it in there, had to make sure the joints were all even, and it's going to be fine once I put some water on it for a few days. And I tried to clean off as much dirt off as possible. Plus, it's been folded over on top of other grass. You can see where it's yellow there. That's because that was folded over on grass. See right there, there's a piece that was folded over on grass, and it'll come back. It'll come back. It'll be fine. Okay, so now I think I'm pretty much done. I did find another leak over here as I was turning on the system. And you know, if you're going to dig up your low drip irrigation pipes to find stuff and troubleshoot stuff before you cover stuff up, especially if you've been using a sharp tip shovel or hammer handle or whatever you got, then before you cover that up, you're going to want to make sure you don't have any major leaks, because I was just lucky that it was open and I saw water bubbling up from there. So when I get ready to cover all this stuff up, I may cover up from here over to there, have this open. After I fill that up, check that, backfill this over to there, check the next. If you don't do that, and if you've got a big leak or something, you don't want that, because that's going to lower your water pressure. Plus, you're going to have too much water saturation. Okay, and look at that. That concrete curb was way up high because there was a root about that fat going through there. It raised up, so I took my time, cut the rose bush back, cleaned up all that, pre-fit it down in there. Looks much better. That's been bugging me for quite a few months now. I knew I was going to have to do it sooner or later, and I thought maybe I should just do it now. And see, I've got this curb in nice and even. I noticed this one's starting to raise up right there. This one's raising up from there to there. So before I put all this stuff back, I'm going to have to bite the big one and pull that up, pull this one up. There's got to be a big root under here from this big old tree here. Okay, right there. Then there's another root in here somewhere, because this is all decomposed granite. And before I push everything back into place, I want to fix certain things. Okay, and so I'm going to do that. When I look at that, this one here might actually be level. This one might be down, and this one's up high. So I don't know. I may have to look at all three of these when I dig that up. And since we're this far, I was talking to my wife, and I said, okay, what are the things that you don't like in the front, bushes wise? Because since I've got all these squirrel holes all over the place, okay, all over, we might as well figure out what we're going to do before I backfill everything, before I check the drip irrigation bubblers to each one and all that kind of stuff. And so we made the determination we don't like this type of bush here, and there's 4 of them here. I'm tearing those out. And here's a big old rose bush, and I was talking to my neighbors, and I said, you know, that thing doesn't really blossom very much, and it's so much bigger, and we're thinking about taking it out. And he says, yeah, you probably should, because it's getting too much shade. He said the rose bushes like sun, like over here. Okay, so makes sense. So I'm gonna take that out too. I'm taking those 4 bushes out. I'm taking that bush out. Here's another rose bush. It's not doing hardly anything. I'm taking that out. And that's never done anything. I don't know what that is. It looked like an azalea gone wrong. Maybe it was because it wasn't getting enough water. I don't know. And so I'm gonna do a number out here before I call this front yard good. Man, all this because of this one sprinkler head. It all started off because of that, because that sprinkler wasn't popping down, and after I looked at it, noticed there was a root this way, this way. This was all nasty. If you didn't see those videos, I showed how I fixed this, how I took up these bricks and fixed the trim. I'm still not done, because see how high the grass is here from here down? It's supposed to be almost flush. See? It's supposed to be like, see over here, it's an inch, but you can see right here where it's raised up. You can see how the drains push down. That's because there's two big roots going through here, and I've since cut them off. They're not going to grow anymore. But for me to fix this, there's a root there, and there's another root right in through here, and that's raised the grass up. And my next project, when I feel like it, after I finish all the other stuff, is I'm gonna peel this grass back right in here, one strip, kind of like how I did over here. Take these nasty roots out of here. Then I can raise this drain because it's pushed down at an angle. See how low this drain is from here? It should be about maybe an inch. Like here it's about 3 inches. That's because the grass is raised up too high. And then that's because this is pushed way over, because the root was right in here. And see, there's metal. That metal trim should be right up tight. Should be tight, just like that, see? Okay, so I'll be able to fix that. You can't even see where the metal is here, because that root has raised this up so high. So I'll be able to fix all that too. Okay, here's another bush. My wife, she says, no, let's take it out of there. We're going to take that out, and then we're going to have to sit here and decide what kind of stuff are we going to do, because now that stays in the sun pretty much, but this is afternoon, and in the morning this is all shady. Afternoon, it's pretty much shady like this because of this big tree. Okay, so this is a perfect spot for all kinds of shady type things. Do you see what I mean? And for out here, we've got a nice patch here that we're gonna plant something nice right there. She likes that lavender type stuff, but there's two different types of bushes. One's big old tall thing, and then there's a smaller one. I think we're gonna get the smaller one. She doesn't like these things, so I'm gonna tear that one out, that out, all that stuff out right there. That's some stuff I tore out. That I gotta tear that out. We'll plant another bush in there. So all these types of things you can do. Look at this. Look at that. Mind you, because I put the bubblers on, because I finally fixed everything. This is the first time in since we moved in here 7-8 years ago that I'm getting full pressure in here. So as you can see, there's a pipe down in there somewhere. I mean, I know where it is. Actually, it goes up from here and it goes right through there. So the main's over here somewhere. So that's another something I'm gonna have to check and see what's going on with that. It's probably the main. Now see, here's a dripper. Here's a dripper right here, and that's probably a 2 gallon or a half gallon gone wrong. Half gallon is usually the red ones, and you can see there's nothing here, but we've got a chance now to decide what we want to do. Here's another one of those bushes. My wife doesn't like it. We're going to tear that out. I'm probably going to put another rose bush, maybe an orange one or something. Wouldn't that look kind of cool right there? So now I can do all that stuff, and I'll have to figure out that maybe there's enough room for 2 different bushes here. So all these types of things you get to do yourself. You get to check out yourself, and now and you you know how to fix drip irrigation. I got all kinds of drip irrigation ones in my course, on my channel, wherever you find them. You know, there's never been a drip irrigation pipe I couldn't fix. Okay, and so I'm gonna dig up around every single one of these bushes. Can you believe that? And see where the bubblers are. And because it's 25 years old, I know the bubbler is down there. I'm sure I found it. I don't know exactly where that one is. This one I had to fix, but it's probably short. I want to get it up into the bush, so I'll have to extend that. And then I'm going to go around each one and look at them. But I'll have to make that determination once wifey says which bushes she wants left, which ones she wants torn out, and all that kind of stuff. You see what I mean? But if you weren't going to tear them out, you can troubleshoot, and you can dig around there and find your drippers and find out where they are and if they're clogged up. I just want them up out of the rocks. You know what I mean? I want them up inside the bush to a certain extent, so I can know where they're at in case there's any issues later on down the road. Then I can fix it. I can see if the bubblers are clogged. I can see if, oh man, this thing is so big, it probably should have a 2-gallon bubbler, and I know it's only got a 1 gallon per hour bubbler on it, or something like that. You see what I mean? 1 gallon bubbler. These could take 1 to 2 gallon bubblers, these big ones. And see how big the base is? You put a 2 gallon bubbler there, a 1 gallon bubbler, and a 1 gallon bubbler on both sides. Whatever you want to do, that should take a 2. You see what I mean? So my job is not done, but this video series is done for fixing all these other things. These are onesie twosie things. When I decide bits and pieces what things I want to show you, I'll show you. Because you see over here, you can't even really tell, but it's got decomposed granite. See this stuff? Decomposed granite on the whole thing. Well, I've got it all torn up, and there's cloth material underneath it. If you don't put this cloth material, see this stuff? And that was down first. And then they put the decomposed granite on that. Well, because I dug everything up, I'm having a hard time separating the dirt piles according to the decomposed granite piles. And so when I get ready to put everything back, after I decide where I'm pulling things out, where I'm going to be putting new things, I'll pull this back, and then I'll put some new webbing cloth, landscape cloth material. It comes like 3 foot wide by, I don't know, 100 feet long or so. Or you can get big, huge rolls, 250 foot rolls, I think. But anyways, I'll just have to do that little bit by little bit by little bit, and then I'll try to save the decomposed granite as best I can, and then I'll get some new decomposed granite for a thin layer of brand new stuff on the top. You see what I mean? And I think you can buy that in bags at the hardware, you know, at most garden stores or places I haven't even checked, but I'm pretty sure you can. It'd be easier for me to get that than get a big pile here. You know, then you got to get a wheelbarrow and all that kind of stuff. If you get bags, you can put them in the car, take them out. And okay, so it takes me 20 bags, but this right here is one of the only places for decomposed granite, because this was all those rocks, that's all those rocks, decomposed granite there, and that's it. And so I'll fix all that, and see, along with that, have you noticed? Look, see that landscape light? What does that remind you of? Does that remind you of the 80s? These things are so old. So I told my wife, I said, hey, since I got everything torn up, how about if we put some new landscape lights, some nice little copper pedestal ones or something. She liked that idea. And they did us a favor. They ran the wire a little bit longer than there. And this one, I found another wire, and you have to be careful when you start digging things up, because you do it with the pick or something. If they have a wire down here, now you're going to hit that. Now you're going to fix that. That wire went all the way over in here somewhere. And in fact, oh, here it is right there. See there? They ran it all the way to there, even though they finished it there. So I guess they were like, hey, if somebody wants to add another one, they can. So I've already got some wire, and so I was standing out at the street thinking, okay, if you stand out on the street, you know, and as we drive in at night, maybe that last one there, not necessarily over there. Do you see what I mean? One there, and maybe that one there, or to the right a little bit, because we're taking those bushes out. We're going to put something else there. That one there could stay there, or it could come over a little bit, and we could even put one next to the gate, you know, right in there, just for looks. You know what I mean? And I don't think I'm going to mess with trying to do anything there. I did find a drip irrigation pipe. I was digging up this because I wasn't sure when I was doing the troubleshooting where this one went, and it goes into a pipe, a big like 2.5, 3-inch ABS pipe, and it's going through there. And I thought, you know, if I want to, I could get the light in there, but you know, I don't think I'm going to mess with that. So it's like once you do one thing, your job kind of morphs into something else. So I don't want to get carried away. I want to concentrate on one thing at a time. Maybe concentrate on here, get all the drippers up above, figure out what she wants, what she doesn't want, what needs to be planted. Because obviously you got to, if you want some things out, you got to take those things out first. And then if you want to plant anything, you need to do that before you start covering up your drip irrigation pipes. You see what I mean? So it's the chicken before the egg, so to speak. So I'll have to sit down with her and figure out everything step by step. Hey, it's a process, but you know what? You can do all these things yourself. You don't have to hire a landscaper. That's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos.